other movies. But some of these John Wayne performances, well, he should have won a bloody Academy Award for Best Toothless Actor.
Oh, yeah. Hello and welcome back to the Pet Toon channel. I was just reading some poems from Australia's famous poet, Banjo Patterson. A little bit more on that later, but first I want to thank a bit from up north who fixed me teeth up and got them back to me in no time, and as you can see, they're bloody beautiful. Now, I'm a passionate Australian, and I'm very keen on history, and Banjo Patterson is one of our most famous poets. Here he is here. Now, I don't know about you, but I think this is something they should be learning. It's part of our culture, Australian culture. And what are we going to do, just forget about him? I'm sure, because the Pet Toon channel goes around the world, that there are people out there in their own countries who have their national poet heroes, as we do here. It'd be interesting to know if their kids are getting taught the old traditional poems in school these days. Now, Banjo A.B. Patterson, he wrote the words to Waltz and Matilda. I don't know whether you're aware of that or not. It's bloody near Australia's second national anthem. In fact, it was up for being national anthem what he called. He also wrote The Man from Snowy River. Now, that was made into a film with Kirk Douglas in it. No less than Kirk. I think he was about 90, because he lived for about 120 years. He was in the bloody film, and I'm going to take this opportunity to read you a little bit of The Man from Snowy River. Now, The Man from Snowy River is a poem about a horseman from up in the mountain ranges who comes downtown, well, not downtown, comes down to a local farm and helps with the recapture of a very valuable colt. The colt from Old Regret. And I'm going to read you a bit now. There was movement at the station, for the word had got around that the colt from Old Regret had got away and had joined the wild bush horses. He was worth £1,000, and all the cracks had gathered for the fray. Our cracks were cracks, good riders. All the tried and native riders from the stations near and far had mustered at the homestead overnight. For the bushmen love hard riding where the wild horses are, and the stalker snuffs the battle with delight. Well, now that is a classic, and it's another one I want to read too, and that's Mulga Bill's Bicycle. It's a funny old tale, and I'm just going to read you a couple of verses. "'Twas Mulga Bill from Eaglehawk that caught the cycling craze. He turned away the good old horse that served him in the days. He dressed himself in cycling clothes, with splendid to be seen. He hurried off to town and bought a shining new machine. And as he wheeled it through the door, with all of worldly pride, the grinning shop assistant said, "Excuse me, can you ride?" Now, I'll jump to another verse. By the way, if you want to read these poems, you just have to look them up. But it's the young people I'm thinking about who don't even know who the bloody hell Mulga Bill is. Here we go. It shaved a stump by half an inch, it dodged a big white box. The very wallaroos, in fright, went scrambling up the rocks. The wombats, hiding in their caves, dug deeper underground. As Mulgaville, as white as chalk, sat tight in every bound. It struck a stone and gave a spring that cleared a fallen tree. It raced beside a precipice, as close could be. You see what I mean? It's pure bloody poetry, and our young folk, whether they're born here or born from bloody overseas, should be learning about the man from Snowy River. Let me know what you think, whether this is just an old-fashioned way of looking at things, or we should be doing it. So put your comments in the box below. Now, Mulgaville's always been a favourite of mine, and I've just done a little sketch. It's all been done before. It's been very famous illustrations for his poems, but I'm just going to do a little one of Mulgaville. Yeah, good old Mulgaville. Thanks for bearing with me new dentures. It's been a struggle, but I hope they settle in over the next few days. and I can be back to my normal good-looking self. I'd like to do a bit more on this Australian stuff, so if you're interested, tune into the next video and we'll see what bloody happens. Until then, it's goodbye from me.